Elon Musk brags that SpaceX's Starship is the largest flying object ever made, and that it will continue to grow. Musk also says that Starship version 3 will launch 100 metric tons to low Earth orbit in fully reusable mode. He has added that version 4 will double the payload capacity of version 3, reaching at least 200 metric tons to low Earth orbit. But Starship has now attempted 11 launches, with 5 of them ending in spectacular failure. Across 11 launch attempts, Starship has never delivered a payload larger than a toy banana or some fake satellites. Musk boldly proclaimed that SpaceX would launch one Starship a week by March 2026. There are only a few weeks until this deadline, and SpaceX hasn't launched Starship for 4 months. Over the past decade, Musk has drastically scaled back expectations for Starship, as it has become clear that the rocket is nothing more than a distraction. In 2016, he said that Starship would carry a 300-ton payload when operating in reusable mode.
In expandable mode, the vehicle approach that we're proposing would do about 550 tons and about 300 tons in reusable mode.
However, in March 2025, Musk said that version 3 of Starship would only have a 100-ton payload. This is 30 tons less than the payload of the Saturn V rocket, which last flew 5 decades ago when Elon was 1 year old. The only rockets SpaceX launches successfully with any regularity are the Falcon 9 rockets, SpaceX's workhorse. Falcon 9 stands at 230 feet tall. The Saturn V, which last flew during the Nixon administration, stood at an impressive 364 feet tall, dwarfing the Falcon 9 by over 130 feet. In 13 launches, the Saturn V sent the first humans beyond low Earth orbit and landed Neil Armstrong on the Moon in 1969. The Falcon 9 has a payload of 17.5 tons, and the Falcon Heavy has a payload of 38 tons. Meanwhile, the Saturn V, which was decommissioned over half a century ago, could deliver a payload of 130 metric tons. This is over 7 times the payload of the Falcon 9 and over 3 times the payload of the Falcon Heavy. The Space Shuttle Stack, which was decommissioned in 2011, could deliver a payload of 107 metric tons to low Earth orbit, including the orbiter vehicle. This blows SpaceX's Meek rockets out of the water. Even the Soviet-era Energia was able to launch 100 tons to orbit decades ago. SpaceX is also being outclassed by its competitors in both rocket size and payload. Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket is 322 feet tall and is currently en route to Mars, carrying NASA's twin ESCAPADE satellites. The closest Musk can currently get to Mars is a candy bar. Despite all of Musk's hype, Jeff Bezos has already beaten Musk to Mars. In reusable mode, Blue Origin's New Glenn can haul 45 tons to low Earth orbit, twice the payload of the Falcon 9. NASA's SLS Block 1 is also 322 feet tall and carried the first Artemis mission in November 2022 and is planning to do a lunar orbit later this year. Meanwhile, SpaceX only hopes to go to the Moon in 2028 at the earliest. Once again, the Falcon 9's payload pales in comparison to NASA's rocket. The SLS Block 1 launches nearly 95 tons into orbit, compared to just 17.5 for the Falcon 9. Even the Delta IV Heavy, which has launched 16 times since its debut in December 2004, is taller than the vertically challenged Falcon 9. Despite the constant soaring rhetoric from Musk about SpaceX, the reality is that he is overcompensating for his tiny rockets. To make matters worse, Musk's payload is pathetic even when compared to rockets that first flew almost 60 years ago. SpaceX has been left at the launch pad by modern competitors like Blue Origin, who are due to reach Musk's beloved Mars before SpaceX even begins a mission to the Moon. Unfortunately for Musk, his bluster is not fooling anyone, and his precious rocket company is a laughingstock when compared to the greats.